This episode is sponsored by the Joshua Way. If you guys are in South Carolina and looking to either A, buy a home, B, sell a home, or C, you're not a home owner, but you're looking for more information about the home buying or home owning process, and you need a consultation, visit www.thejoshua.com and book a consultation with my guys over there at the Joshua Way. They can help you out with credit if that's a problem, talk to you a little bit about budgeting, everything that you need to understand and know about that home buying or home owning process. Go ahead again, visit www.thejoshuaway.com.
Aim for the stars, never stop at the sky. Anything that make you better, you should give it a try. If you really want to win, you got to give it a chance. I was lost way before I started taking a stance. Money all over the world, but it's all up to you. And everything that I learned, I'ma tell it to you. You have a gift, all you need is a goal. Footsteps waiting to happen, all you need is a road.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Win-Win Podcast. Thanks to have all y'all tuning in for today. We have a special guest, my guy.
Yes,
I met this dude a couple months ago, and ever since I met him, my life been changed. So his name is James. I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself for y'all real quick.
What's going on, dope people? I am SuitecaseJes. I am a credit educator, a real estate professional, and I also own a luxury rental car fleet. Looking forward to give y'all some gems today, man.
Hey, James, man. As always, bro, I definitely appreciate you from hopping on my lives, us having different phone calls, you educating me. So, it's only right to bring you onto the podcast, right?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
All right. So, James, for the people that don't know you, what
Yep.
is it that you do?
So I am a multi-million-dollar real estate professional. So I mostly help first-time home buyers acquire property and also teach them how they can use their equity to acquire investment properties and things like that. Pretty much build generational wealth through real estate. I also am a credit educator. I teach people like me and like you that may not know the ins and outs of credits and may not know how to use your credit to make money. I teach them how to make money using their credit, and I also teach them how to build their credit and sustain their credit so that now they can now teach their family how to build their credit, sustain their credit, and ultimately get to a point where they're now making money off their credit. And then with my luxury rental car fleet, I provide a great smooth ride for you with luxury feel, luxury vehicles. We have anything from Porsches to Maseratis to G-Wagons to Lexus. Provide a great ride for you, date night, or if you just want to take a ride, ride something different, you work hard, so why not drive a nice vehicle? So
That's
a little bit about what I do.
All right, so multi-million-dollar producer in real estate.
Yes,
Man, how did that feel to surpass that from nothing? Like, of course, when you get into real estate, you start off at zero. You have to build your book of business from the ground up. So, man, could you tell us a little bit of how you became the multi-million-dollar?
Absolutely. So pretty much, the average real estate agent only makes about $5,000 a year. The average, as on the first year, about $5,000 a year in the first year, the average. So I am now 2 years in the game, and each year I've produced multi-million-dollars in both years. So when I first got started in real estate, my wife was already in real estate she had a couple months under her belt, nothing serious, but when I got into it, we hit the ground running as a team, and we were able to hit social media super hard. Like we hit social media so hard that it generated so much business for us, and we eventually sold over $2 million our first year as a full team.
Ooh.
Well, actually, it was 9 months. It wasn't even a full year. It was 9 months. And in doing that, I was able to walk away from my job 4 months after getting my license because I saw the value I provided to the person that's looking to purchase a property. I came from the banking industry where I started off in collections, went over to loan officer, and then ultimately became a certified credit union financial counselor. So my primary focus at the credit union was to teach financial literacy and also teach credit to our members. So I brought that into real estate. And when you bring credit into real estate and financial literacy into real estate, it makes your transactions much easier. Because think about it, the average person does not have the credit score to buy nor have the funds saved to buy a property without proper knowledge about knowing exactly what they need to do. So with me bringing over that knowledge and expertise into real estate, it made it simple for me to convert these non-buyers into buyers and also helping sellers as well. So it's really my first year getting into real estate, just grinding. I had a great mentor with my brokerage, Burst and Presley Realty. just pretty much pouring into us all the time about real estate, things you can do, how to talk to people, just pretty much how to be the expert in your field. And I became, me and my wife, we became the experts in our field and conquered it.
Man, so real quick, James, that is a lot. For one, yeah, I don't know if y'all caught that. This man said the average real estate agent gets $5,000 in their first year. They did $2 million as a team. Again,
absolutely.
Let's say we combine that two. That's $10,000 between two, but y'all did $2 million. So that's $1,990,000. What, $9,990,000 more than the average?
That's in gross value. So we didn't make $2 million our first year.
Okay. Oh, yeah. My bad. Yeah.
In gross value, we produced over $2 million. So let me put this in layman. So the average agent sells about $150,000 in gross value in the first year. So we sold over $2 million.
My bad. Even then.
I wish you made $2 million.
Right. My bad. I'm trying to count your pocket. So again, even still though, 150,000 between two people, that's still 300,000, and you guys did 1.7 mil over the average. So definitely kudos. Right. I know you said y'all buckled down, y'all hit the ground running, and you had that credit background. Yes, what would you say else fueled you besides having that background? Because at the end of the day, you still have to go out there and get those clients. Those people who don't understand financial literacy, I'm not saying they're hard to work with, but they're difficult to work with more so than the person that understands, because you have to basically teach them from the ground level. So how did you approach that?
So man, of course it was tough. Of course, working with individuals that kind of had no knowledge about credit, no knowledge about finances, period. But it became easier, of course, the more I did it. But what drove me to keep going and drove me to make stuff happen was really that fear of going back to where I came from. So I left my job. I left my job 4 months after being licensed. I didn't have many sales under my belt, maybe 2 or 3 sales under my belt, so not many. But I knew that with my work ethic and what I was doing and how I was going, that if I gave myself more time, it's going to generate more income, more sales, which it happened exactly that way. So really what kept me going is just that fear of, okay, now I'm solely dependent on myself. I don't have a 2-week paycheck coming in. I'm solely dependent on myself. Right. So if I don't get up every day and make something happen, then no money is coming to my household. And now I'm going to eventually have to go back to a 9-to-5. So every day I had to make something happen, whether that was make a social media post, whether that was go to the grocery store and talk to the baggers. I mean, whether that's anywhere I was talking about real estate. That's not a business card. No matter if I'm out to eat, the waiter, I'm going to give you a business card. If you can't buy, you know somebody that can buy, or somebody that's thinking about buying. So it just that fear of going back to working a 9-to-5 job, having to get up, having to go into a place where I didn't fully enjoy. I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy my job. I didn't. Of course, it's always better to work hard for yourself. Always better. Right. So just that fear of going back to the 9-to-5 life and things like that just drove me and pushed me to keep moving.
Man, as I hear, right, and as I hear more of your story, I started to get like a theme. Whenever you make a decision, you like to go forward. You don't like to look back and turn back around and go where you were. So definitely kudos to that, because I talk to a lot of people. They'll they'll take the step, but then they'll give up a little too early or prematurely. At the end of the day, it's like it's a difference between giving up and walking away versus being smart, making a business decision for yourself to revert back. But you're like, nah, that's not an option. It has to work.
It has to work. It has to work. I mean, of course you're going to fail eventually, but I mean, with those failures comes lessons.
Right. And you just touched on something. I was gonna say this for whenever we got on live or something in a couple of weeks. But when you mentioned the L, man, I told people last week. I was speaking somewhere, and then I was just talking. I was thinking. I said something about an L, and I'm like, wait a minute. In the alphabet, L comes before W. So you have to take those losses or learn those lessons, and then continue going down the alphabet until you get to that win. You don't know what letter you're on. You might be on N, you might be on T, but as long as you're tracking forward, you're going to get to that W. So I definitely like that message right there. Now,
definitely.
Okay, so you started giving out your business cards when you see people at grocery stores, your waiters, your waitresses, and stuff like that. Now, when you were educating them about credit, what was the biggest thing you were telling them to focus
on? Pretty much just making sure they actually check their credit score. So a lot of people don't even know what their credit score is. They won't know until they don't know their credit score until they actually get it pulled by a lender. So the biggest thing I tell them is to make sure you monitor your credit. Make sure you have some app on your phone where you can check your credit every week, every 2 weeks, just to see the updates, see if anything changing, and to see if, for one, identity theft is happening at an all-time high right now. So if you're not checking your credit score, somebody could be using your information. You can walk next to somebody nowadays and they can get your information from your phone. I'm not sure how they do it, but it's so much stuff, so many things out here that's a security breach. So make sure you're monitoring your credit often to make sure that everything there is actually your accounts and not something that somebody stole from you. So the biggest thing I tell them to definitely monitor their credit.
Do you have a go-to app you'd like to tell the audience to go to at least get an idea of their credit score?
Yeah.
Or to see the report?
Yep. So MyFICO is a great app. There is a monthly fee for it, but MyFICO is a great app. It's very accurate. If you don't want to pay a monthly fee, I like Credit Karma. Not for the mortgage world because it uses a Vantage score versus a FICO score. So I like it as far as what's reporting on your credit report. It's not accurate as far as your credit score, but what's reporting is pretty accurate.
Okay.
So I like those two apps and Experian as well.
All right, y'all. So he said, MyFICO, that has a fee.
Yes, sir.
I heard the ones that cost are typically the best.
Absolutely.
Credit Karma is the second one he recommends. Again, these are recommendations. We're not saying this is law. Again, these are recommendations from experience. So Credit Karma, which is good for having those things reported, but be mindful of the score.
Your credit
not
score.
The accurate score. Yep. Right. And then the Experian. Personally, I've used Credit Karma and Experian. I like Experian. I feel Credit Karma is more user friendly in my opinion.
Very user friendly.
Experian is pretty solid. So,
yep,
okay.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's warming up outside, and I know y'all see what I see. A lot of people out here showing their arms, showing their legs, all of that good stuff. However, it's some dry skin down there. A lot of ashiness going on. But overall, I get it. But guess what? I have a solution for you. Visit Solo Cosmetics, SOLOCOSMETICS.co and purchase some Solo body butter. I have sensitive skin. I've been using this thing every day when I get out the shower. My skin is softer. I have a better shine. And overall, I feel way more comfortable. So again, visit my friends at Solo Cosmetics. You guys will not be disappointed. Now back to the episode.
So what was the common theme that you were coming across? Because again, before you answer that question, my podcast is called the Win-Win Podcast. I want to educate people on how to win in business, how to win in the financial space, and also how to win in self-development. Personally, I feel that with finance, business, self-development, they all are intertwined with each other. The better you're doing in your finance world, typically the better your self-development is because you're more confident, you're happy. And then when you start that business and you happy, confident, man, you're almost unstoppable. So
100%.
As far as that credit space, what was the common thing that you were seeing with people that were uneducated on it?
Really was accounts are in collection. So
okay.
A lot of people, unfortunately, their parents use their credit to get the lights in their name and get a cell phone in their name and things like that. So they have accounts on their report they didn't even know they had. So starting off with bad credit because now you have collections on there that didn't even come from you. So a lot of things I come across is when people not knowing that, I went to the hospital 5 years ago. I had no idea that they charged this account off. Or, I had an apartment, when I first got out of college. I thought I paid for it. Just the unknowing of what's actually reporting on their report is what I run into a lot, especially with collections.
Okay. So y'all get those accounts and collections taken care of.
Absolutely.
All right. So definitely appreciate that insights on the credit aspect. Now we're gonna hop into the next business, the luxury rentals.
Yes, sir.
And just to tell my audience, they're gonna understand. I like to talk, right? Or they should understand by now. I love to talk. So the way James and I met was at this conference. A guy that I met going up to the conference, we were just like behind. He was behind me. I was in front of him, and we got into a line because the doors weren't open for the conference yet. So we're talking about the guy who was hosting the conference, vehicles and stuff like that. And then James was right in front of us. He was, oh yeah, I have luxury fleet. And then that's where our connection started. So if you don't mind sharing, how did you get into the luxury fleet, and what's the day-to-day like typically?
Gotcha. So, how did I get into luxury fleet? So let me give you a backstory. So when I quit my job, right? So I actually quit my job on my lunch break. So I was out to eat with my mentor. I was out to eat with my mentor one day, man, and he told me that he had a Corvette, a C8 there. At the time, I didn't know what a C8 was. I think it was a 2021 C8, and he said it was in the parking garage. I said, you don't have a C8. You don't have a C8 up here. So we went to the parking garage, and he hit the key, and the lights came on. I said, whoa. I said, whoa, okay. I'm not going back to work today. Like legit went like this. Like I'm not going back to work today. So called my job, and I said, no need for me to come back in today. I was quitting. They knew I was leaving, but they didn't know like how soon I was leaving. So I was like, there's no point in me coming back in. So I'm just go ahead and walk away right now. Right. So we rode around the C8 for like 3 or 4 hours, looking at luxury properties and things like that. And when we got back to the location we were, I want to say we left around 1 o'clock, got back about 4, and I was looking at my clock like I still would have been sitting behind the desk right now, and I was able to look at all these properties and do things like that with my free time. So like it's time to walk. It's time to walk. So I walked away with that, and then I got into the luxury car business legit a year later. A year after this. So it's like I foreseen my future with this car, the C8 car that I've seen. And I wasn't even a car guy. I'm not really a car guy. Like I'm cool with riding something nice. I don't have to have the luxury type feel, but I do like to look at them.
Listen, and I definitely understand that.
A year later, I actually went to a conference in Atlanta. I was hesitant on starting Turo, so I wanted to start Turo for a good period of time. I knew the plays on how to get multiple cars in one day and all things like that. I just never made that commitment to actually do it. So I went to a conference. This conference legit changed my life. Like it just being in a room with like-minded individuals, like that many like-minded individuals that legit you can stop anybody there, have a conversation about business, and they help you, you help them. Like it was just like a family feel in this arena, and it's like I've never been in an environment like that, especially with I'm gonna say black people in this environment, and it was mind blowing, man, just to see how much success was in that room. Period. And it's like, all right, I got to do it. I got to make that choice to go ahead and go forward. So, legit, the same day I was about to go to get my pre-approvals from the bank, I got a phone call from my mentor and say, "Yo, I know you wanted to get into the car space. I just got presented with an opportunity. Do you want to become partners with it?" I said, "Absolutely." Absolutely. Now, it was a hefty investment. We kind of invested into a franchise, hefty investment. So it was definitely nerve-wracking, but we did it. We made that investment, got into this franchise, and ultimately got these luxury vehicles. And now, how my day-to-day looks now is I have a team. I have a team that runs my vehicles, so I don't personally run my cars. I run one vehicle in my area here and there, but mainly my vehicles are at a location in Charlotte. And I have a team there that runs all our vehicles. Pretty much, I monitor our maintenance, our expenses, and our income. Other than that, I don't run anything day to day. Of course, I still promote it on my end. And if I get anybody on my end that wants to ride the vehicle, that's when I handle contracts and things like that. But on a day to day, I don't handle anything with my cars. I'm very hands off. I just check my report each week to make sure that The maintenance is not due. Income is there to make the vehicle famous and things like that. So it's very, very laid back, very, 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 very hands off. And we also have an opportunity for individuals to join under my organization, which is Peak Transportation. And you join under us, and pretty much it'll be the same way. You will be very hands off. We have a team already that's running efficiently, and pretty much you will just sit back and get paid. I will monitor your finances and things like that. Now, of course, it's up to you to make your payments, but I will monitor everything for you and have reports for you and things like that. So we make it very, very simple for you to join under Peak Transportation.
James, well, you the man. I just had to say that. So I'm gonna just rewind back and kind of recap what you just said. So you said on your way from this conference, going to get your pre-approvals, you got the call. Hey, I had the opportunity for you.
Got an opportunity, man.
Okay. So
and
that's what I. Okay, go ahead.
No, we had to make the decision in a day.
Oh.
And it was a 5-figure investment. So we had to make the decision in a day. I'm like, I've never invested this much money at one time. Never did it. So it was crazy, but I'm glad I did it because now it's going to make it easier for me to invest large sums of money in the future for personal development and other businesses because I've already experienced that.
Okay, right. Now, again, that's what they're saying. When you move, it creates movements. That's what that saying means. You 100%. Moved and went to that conference, and you invested in yourself that day to get more knowledge on those I guess in the rental space or the tour business. And on your way from there, going to make the play happen, you get involved with a better opportunity. Again, it had more risk that came. Yeah, it had more risk that came with it. But again, with that same risk, you have the ability to not be as hands-on as you would have had you did a tour thing.
Exactly.
You would have had like those 3-4 cars you would have got, and then you'd have had to chase everybody down.
Chase everybody and do real estate.
Right.
So it would have been tough. It would have been really tough to run all those vehicles.
Right. So that's good though, man. I'm definitely glad that worked out for you like that. I never heard that story before, so man, I'm about to talk after the podcast because I'm gonna see what's up with this.
Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to see what's up with this this entry level to be up under you guys. Being that none of my podcast episodes are dated or anything, just because of like the release schedule, would right now be a good time to go over what would it take to be up under you guys, or would you just rather people contact you directly?
I mean, it's fairly simple. I can go through it a little bit. So basically, we have a formal agreement together, letting you know what we'll do for you. So we'll provide trackers for you. You pay a fee to come up under our company, and also get access to our resources. And from there, we help you find the vehicles in the market. So it depends on which market you're in. We help you find those vehicles that are profitable in your market. And then once we find those, we put that under our fleet, where our fleet is located. And pretty much from there, you just legit just sit back and collect the check. Like literally sit back and collect the check.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? If you guys are looking for a speaker to come speak to your school, your organization, nonprofit, after-school program, look no further. Visit developwithtim.com, developwithtim.com. Fill out the speaker's intake form, and someone from the team will be in contact with you. Now, you guys have a good day. Back to the episode.
Y'all hear him? SuitecaseJes on Instagram. Y'all go ahead and hit up my guy. So,
for sure.
Okay. All right. Definitely appreciate the overview. Yeah, I didn't want you to get into too many details because I know the word, the saying they say, yesterday's price is not today's. So,
facts.
Yeah. So y'all make sure y'all hit up James.
Summertime, that price tag going up for sure.
Right. So, y'all hit them up. I don't know when y'all watching this episode, but ASAP. So, okay, James. So we got you in the real estate. You work in the banking world, so you understand the credit aspect, and you have the luxury fleet. Now, another question: what was the most challenging part about all of these things?
The most challenging part about all these things I got into was really doing it. So my upbringing, I didn't grow up around entrepreneurship at all, so I had no knowledge of entrepreneurship, and the only entrepreneurship I knew was people selling drugs, which I didn't view that as entrepreneurship at the time. But now that I'm older and understand entrepreneurship, that really is entrepreneurship. It's just not legal.
not legal.
So yeah, man. So really just making that mindset switch and trusting myself to actually be able to sustain my lifestyle and go ahead and work on my own, and trust that I'm going to do what I need to do to provide for me and my family. So that was the hardest thing, really, just making that mindset switch to trust that, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be okay.
Right. So
that was
okay. I got a follow-up question. So you say you weren't around any legal entrepreneurs really, or you didn't have that exposure.
Right.
When did that exposure, I guess, when were you introduced to that side of life? Like, oh, these are legit entrepreneurs, or this is what legit entrepreneurship looks like?
Honestly, after college, really when I got into real estate, to be honest with you. So when I got into real estate, there were a few full-time agents. I thought people did real estate on the side. I didn't know that people, did real estate and just did real estate, period, and didn't have a job.
Right.
So I thought it was like a side gig. You sell a couple houses a year, yada yada yada. But then I got around people that were selling like 300 homes a year, 500 homes a year. It's like
300,
300,
wow.
500. Like they're making $500,000 a year selling homes in real estate. Like, so it's like you get around people like that, and then you get around just like my mentor. My mentor has been an entrepreneur for years. Kind of hearing his story and what he does and how he generates income is like, I can do the same damn thing. I can do the same thing. I just didn't know that this is what you can do. Like people actually pay for information. Like I didn't know just certain things that people did. I just did not know until I actually got exposed to it. So really, after college, when I started to, about 3 years after college, I started to invest in my personal development. Started to go to these courses and really YouTube, watching a lot of YouTube, and watching people know what they do on YouTube and things like that. So just really just being around the environment and getting to know, ways you can make money and things you can do to make money and how you can sustain a lifestyle on your own and not have to depend on a 9 to 5. So just getting around those type of environments really opened my mind up to so much. It's like, because I had so much potential bottled up in me, but I wasn't able to release it until I got that proper knowledge of, hey, you can do this, you can do that. Oh, this is a play for this, this is a play for that. It's like, oh, I mean, I kind of knew about this, but I didn't know you could monetize it.
Yeah, right.
So that was the big thing, just getting around those environments.
Okay. So again, exposure. Don't introduce. Key. Well, right. Well, I'm not going to say don't introduce. Don't entertain all the small minds, because at the end of the day, it's a beautiful, large, great world out here with a lot of different opportunities that way further. I come from a small town too, James. So I haven't really been exposed to big businesses. Like my dad has an auto shop and my mom has her own hair salon, but they're small businesses where it's like 2 people in there as like that work up under them at a time. So I never really felt the possibility for me as an African American male to have a business with 10, 15, 20, 30 people up under me until I got exposed. So I got into those same environments. So I started investing in myself more, because they say those who pay attention.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
I like the fact that you really touched on that exposure aspect. Now, I got another question. Man, I'm nosy. So,
ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
So that's why I'm a podcaster now, so I can ask questions all day. They tell me I talk too much, so if I'm talking too much, let me know.
Nah, you straight, man. You straight, man. More information for the people.
Yes, sir. Now, a question that I've been floating around the past couple of years, I never really had the opportunity to ask anyone this question like straightforward. As an entrepreneur, well, first you said that you're married, right?
Correct.
So, as an entrepreneur, being married, what is that balance like for you? Is it a simple balance where we both are? I know you say you both are in real estate, but is it simple because you both are entrepreneurs, or is it kind of like like complex at times?
No, it's definitely not simple. It's not simple because of course when you're in your beginning stage of entrepreneurship, that's when you're really going because
Right.
you're building your foundation for your business to, be able to relax in the future. So with marriage, and then doing business together in marriage, you're both entrepreneurs. It's very, very tough if you don't already have that balance of, this is family time, this is me time, this is, your personal time, and there's that time together. Like if you don't already have that balance and you're getting the business together, then now you're gonna become business partners and just strictly, all right, we gotta do this, we have to do that, we have to do that, we have to do that.
Mm.
So it's like the family time and the you time and the together time is out the window because we have work to do. We have a lifestyle to build. We have things to sustain. Like so, it becomes very very tough doing business with your spouse if you don't already have those foundations in place.
Mm.
Very tough.
Hey, I never heard that. Like I said, I've never been able to ask a question. And as an
Yeah.
entrepreneur myself, you can only speak off of your experience. I never
Right.
seen couples really work together. I never
Mhm.
seen entrepreneurial couples. So man, for y'all to be knocking it out like that, especially in the first year, that's still
Oh
mind
yeah,
blowing,
man.
man. Y'all did
Like
over 2 million
it's crazy, man. Like
revenue.
when
Yeah.
before we became full-time entrepreneurs, we had mentioned to our families that all right, we're thinking about in the future that when we have kids and everything like that, we want to have time for them, so we want to eventually work for ourselves in some capacity. We didn't know exactly what we wanted to do at this particular time, but we knew that we wanted to work for ourselves in some form, some type of capacity. And they said at least one of y'all will have to work, at least one.
What?
It's now been over 2 years that we've been full time entrepreneurs and have not looked back to 9 to 5, man. And it's just been a blessing. It's been amazing. It's been up. It's been down. It's been life changing. Just crazy.
Did,
So yeah,
did that bring y'all closer together?
in some forms, in some forms, the borders further apart. I mean, it's because that balance, man. It's tough.
Okay.
It's really really tough. So if you don't have that, you're gonna grow apart in a relationship, but you're gonna grow closer in business.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Hmm.
So again, y'all couples, y'all not entrepreneurs yet. Make sure y'all get that balance because, like, set
Right.
that foundation before you even start. Just like becoming an
Absolutely.
entrepreneur, you want to plan what your next steps are. Like, okay,
Right.
month one, full time entrepreneurship. This is what it should look like. I have to execute.
Right.
Again, a plan without execution is just a wish. You're not going to get it without
100%.
execution. So
100%.
James is saying, from his experience, this man is living it. A married man, both of them are full time entrepreneurs, and he's telling y'all,
Yes, sir.
make sure you're spending time with your spouses. Make sure you keeping business and relationships separate, so y'all can still have some type of peace in the relationship and not be
Right.
business 24/7. Of course, if something happens, it is your job and
Right.
you obligated to make sure you take care of your business. But again,
Hmm.
make sure y'all are spending that time with y'all spouses. Now,
Definitely, man.
James, I got a couple more things for you. Then we're gonna be done for the day, right?
What's going
So
on, man? Talk to me.
do you have any products for the people to like check out? I mean, because again, we have an interview right now, but do you have
Right.
like any books, courses, or any way people can contact you, reach out to you for more resources from you, or to have the opportunity to talk to you, or even get you as
Yeah.
like a mentor or something?
Oh yeah. So I do have a book out. It's called Credit Will Not Stop You, Volume One. So pretty much it's for the beginners that are not really too sure about credit, not sure what goes into it, not sure why credit is important, what credit is used for, who can actually pull your credit report. Because I'll give you a tip. A landlord can pull your credit report. Your job, they can pull your credit report. And they may not hire you based off what's on your credit report. So your credit is more important than just applying for loans and applying for grants for things like that. Like certain individuals can pull your credit report. Your utility companies, they can pull your credit report, and you may have to put a deposit down if you have a lower score, and you may not have to put a deposit down if you have a higher score. Your cell phone companies, like so, a lot of individuals can pull your credit. So I do have a credit ebook where it goes into what credit is, why it's important, the percentages, so your payment history, credit utilization, type of accounts, age of accounts, and your increase. So it goes into all that. It breaks all that down to let you know what's most important in your credit report, and it also gives you a tip about applying for loans. And Yeah, so I have an ebook on that, and you can also reach out to me on Linktree. So link.tr, linktr.ee/James.Joshua. On that link tree, you'll find all my businesses here. You'll find my real estate business. You'll find my I also do coaching. So if you're looking for a business coach, or you're looking to get your business started and things like that, I will coach you. Have hour sessions. I haven't set like a yearly course yet to follow your path, but pretty much once you contact me, we can tailor it to your needs. If we need to have multiple sessions, we can talk about it that way. But I do offer business coaching. I also help with credit. I am not a credit specialist, so I do not dispute things for you. I will give you all the information you need to dispute things and give you the accountability of disputing things for yourself. And I also have a luxury picnic business on there as well. So if you're in the South Carolina area, Columbia, Greenville, or Charleston, we do provide luxury picnics where you choose a location, we bring the setup. Very simple. It's an amazing experience. We bring food for you and things like that too. So I have a couple of businesses on there. So go to my link tree, and whatever business, however I can serve you, select that link and we can talk.
This man, here's the definition of serial entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
So also too, I'm gonna have all your information in the description part for the podcast, as far as like the link tree, everything, where they can get your book from, and how they can follow you on like Instagram and stuff. Now to close us out, what type of advice would you give for the audience to win? Again, the win-win podcast. I want to know what advice do you have for someone to win in either business, or to win in finance, or to win in self-development? Any one of those spaces. Some good advice you have.
Gotcha. Energy, man. So let's talk about energy. So where you place your energy is very, very important. What I mean by that is, if you place your energy into negative things, you're going to become a negative person. You place your energy into positive things and personal development, you're going to become a positive person, and your personal development is going to grow. It's based off where you put your energy. So if you're hanging around friends that are not, on your same level of doing what you want to do, or even having those type of conversations about personal development, then you're putting your energy where it's not going to grow. So watch where you're putting your energy, man. Like in business is major where you put your energy. So if you're focusing more on the negatives than your positives of your business, then your business is going to fail, because you're focusing more on the negatives. So of course, view the negatives and make a solution for it. Instead of dwelling on that negative in your business, look at the outcome of your business, that you're successful, or your business is moving, your business is doing what it needs to do. So where you put your energy is very, very important in life as well. Life, business, finance, personal development, everything. Where you put your energy is very, very important.
Listen, James, definitely appreciate you, man, for taking the time today to come and pour into my audience. I got a lot of information for myself. But as always, man, definitely thank you for that. Spending the time, like I said.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
All the links for people to catch you in the description. And y'all, reach out to James. He's a great guy. He's not going to bite. He's easy to approach.
Nah.
I was nervous at first, but hey, I promise y'all, he is easy to approach, and
I love the help, man. Love the help.
Right. He loves the help. He's here for the people. So make sure y'all do something today where you can win. Get that energy right. Start focusing on more positive things. Set a reminder on your phone to speak 5 affirmations over yourself daily. Something that can help you win in any aspect of life. We'll catch y'all in the next episode. Have a good one.
Y'all be great.
All right.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I appreciate everyone for tuning into the episode. If you guys are looking for different ways you can support the podcast, visit us on Patreon. It's NextGen CEO, NXTGEN CEO. The link will be in the description for this episode. But again, anything you guys can do to support the podcast is very much appreciated. With the Patreon, there are a couple different tiers, so each one of them come with their own benefits. But again, go visit us on Patreon. NextGen CEO, NXTGEN CEO. And again, appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
You have a gift, all you need is a goal. Footsteps waiting to happen, all you need is a road.